Hey Ewans, welcome back to my channel. It's Winnie BLV, Mouth of the South. No intro, no outro, it's just this. Ho! What did I do? I know, the thumbnail said I did it. Dun, 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 dun. It is a purple Kelly bag. What? Wait, come again? Okay, I'm going to tell you all about how I got this particular bag. It is not an Hermes bag, guys. I know. Did I fool you? I actually made this bag. Yes, I did, girl. Yes, I did. Thank you to the good folks at Babylon Leather who supply the kits to making all sorts of bags. When I tell you they have Birkins, they have every Hermes type bag that you can think of. They have some Longchamp bags that you can make, doctor style bags, satchel bags, round bags, square bags, tote bags, big bags, little bags, teen bags. So they have a kit also for your teen. And Carter did do a few stitches on this with me. So I will tell you the whole process, and I sort of got a few, after each stage of construction, I sort of did a little tiny video, or at least I took a picture of my progress each time throughout the making of this. It took me 5 days, I want to say, from the day I got it, I started, because I was just very excited to start making the bag. I laid all the pieces out. They give you a little sheet that tells you everything that comes in it. Okay, you'll see in the video coming up. There's a little scanner on there, and you scan that code. It takes you to a YouTube video where they are showing you every step of how to thread the needle, which I did not know. How to do the basic saddle stitch, which also I did not know because I had no clue. I had seen people do it on videos that, you know, where people construct sneakers, bags, wallets, things like that. I had seen people do the basic saddle stitch because that seems to be the type of stitch that most of the leather goods that are bags and stuff like that are done with, right? But I had no idea how you actually did it. Now I do. Girl, when I tell you that it was an undertaking, because you have to know, I can maybe sew a button on, I can maybe darn a pair of socks. Most of the time I just throw the socks out and get new. I can sew, you know, I don't have a sewing machine or anything, but I can sew, you know, a stitch, like a whip stitch to sew, like your jeans belt loop thing that, you know, one of the little things come off. I can sew that back. Basic things. That's it. Like, I'm not a seamstress in any way. I have never, ever sewn a whole project. This is the first undertaking like this that I did, and girl, I did it like all by myself. I had some moments where, you know, you'll see in the video that I was having a few frustrations. The sides were what kind of got me, and the handle. Those were the two hardest parts for me. And girl, what do you know about hardest parts? No, seriously. And so I had to kind of take stitches out and redo a few times, and then sometimes I would do this stupid thing where I would sew around instead of sewing, you know, through, and then I'd have to undo the needle, take the stitch out. So one of the sides I literally sewed 3 times. I took them out, started back. One time I sewed the side piece backwards. So what you would have seen would be the inside of the leather, and I'll show you all that, and you can see from the inside on some of the stitches where yeah, it's not as great, but that's on me. It's a learning curve. Will I do this again? Probably. I think now, knowing what I know doing the one bag, I might go in it a little more eyes wide open, because now I know what to expect. I know what to do. If you are a first-time person doing a DIY like this with a kit, I say go for it. I mean, if you mess up, you can always make it right. You can always take the stitches out, start again. They give you plenty of thread, so you can, you know, and plenty of needles, because I did lose a couple needles. I didn't break one. I don't know where it went. So I'll probably step on that one day, and that'll be real fun. To say I have more pricks and pinholes in me, than a voodoo doll. I'll keep it clean and say a voodoo doll. Yes, ma'am. As a matter of fact, I will show you. There's somewhere on this bag that, yeah, right here, literally has my blood on a stitch. Seriously. I keep saying seriously, but it is so crazy. But yeah, I had some trouble with the corners. You can kind of see that I overworked some of the corners a little too much, but those were the most confusing part for me. You can kind of see I got too many stitches. It's supposed to have one saddle stitch on each side, which means, you know, you take the needle, you go, you know, there's all the little holes that are poked out, right? And you go in with the 2 needles on each side of your thread, and then you just sort of feed each side through and back and in and out like a figure 8, just until you get done, and then you sort of cut the edge, burn it, backstitch it a couple times, and it's done. So let me go ahead and show you the footage of me going through the bag. I didn't get much of me actually constructing the bag because there were curse words, bleeding, some crying, some tears were shed, some screaming and yelling, you know, stuff like that. So I'm just going to show you what I can show you from what I did, and then we'll come back and I'll finish up the video and show you the inside. Oh my gosh, guys, from Babylon Leather, I just got this kit to make my own Kelly bag. What? What comes in this kit? I know. I'm kind of nervous about it because it doesn't look like it's going to be too hard, but then again, I've never tried a saddle stitch. But anyway, all the stuff that comes with it, so it's going to be purple. This is the interior. Actual, genuine leather. They sent me a little gift. And I think there's a scarf too. Yeah, there's a scarf to put around the handle. But look at all the pieces. Okay, so it comes with all those little pieces that you'll need to make your own handbag. Yes. And here's the strap, and here's my thread. It comes with needles, little clips that you can hold the pieces together. That looks something like something I used to see a lot back in college, but we won't talk about that. But look at this girl. Yes, we're ready. So this is the beginning. I just wanted to show you how it all comes packed, all of the pieces and parts. And I'll try to get some footage of me doing it all along. Girl, that's what she said. But yeah. Okay. Stay tuned. I'll be back. Okay, so progress. I have done 3 holes. Mind you, there's tons of these to be done and tons of stitches, but I don't think I burnt the ends well. But anyway, this is the back of the purse, and the front is going to be this gorgeous purple. But yeah, I have this one to do, and then the long panels in the front, there are 2 slots where the sangles get attached. I've got that, and this is, well, there's the sangles, and then this is the pocket that goes inside, and you can see they did us a service by stitching this one up for us, but then on the top it has to be stitched to the actual bag. So just started. This took me, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. Not bad. Once you get a rhythm of going in, you know, you do 2 needles on the thread and do a saddle stitch, so it's inside one and the other one makes the other one, and then you come back through another hole. It's a whole process, but they have a good tutorial video that I watched, and that helped me totally. It guided me through how to start this thing and how then to burn the edges of the back and tie it off, which I'm not too concerned about how the inside looks. Probably you don't want the threads hanging there, but I really just wanted the outsides to be good and uniform and looks like the contrast stitching, which so far we have. But look at all the stitching that's got to be done, girl. These tiny. Okay, here we go. Keep going. Okay, so if you can see that, I have gotten these 3 and plus the other panel done. So just showing some of my progress and how easy this really is. So I've got my 2 needles, And this is the side that's going to show. This is the back side of the bag, right? So I just take, excuse me, my 2 needles, right? Pull them through the perforated little holes that are already punched. And then you always have to remember to keep, like, if you just use this needle per se, you come out on the same side, you always alternate with the second needle. So like if I use this one for a hole, then I have to use this one for the next one. So it's back and forth, back and forth. But you're doing a basic saddle stitch. And so you're gonna kind of try to keep them tight. But yeah, I just pull through like that. So I'll let that stitch go because I have to now mess with this one, right? So they'll both end up in the back of the piece, on the back piece. And I like to keep them tight because you want to keep them all uniform. So now I just use this one, let that one down. We're going to complete this back stitch back here with this actual needle, right? So we'll be going in some of the holes that your other needle went into. Oops, but just remember, alternate each one. So now that I use this needle, I'm gonna have to make this one go into the front and complete the stitch back here. Right, okay. Now, I just use this needle. I'm gonna let that one go. And then I'm gonna alternate into this front part so that I have a front stitch. I'm gonna let that go. And then I am going to make sure both my needles get into the back of the piece. I let that needle go. So I'll pick this needle back up. And so it's just working like that, back and forth, sort of seesawing back in and out of the piece. So I'll let that one go. And I'll complete the stitches in the back. So now we're back in the front. I just completed with this. So I'm gonna let that one go. And then I'm gonna go into that hole that we just came out of with the other needle, right? Complete the stitch. I'll let that needle go. And then I'm gonna complete the front stitch. So now my needles are in the back again. So I don't wanna work with this one again. I wanna alternate, right? So I'm gonna let that one down. And then to complete the stitch in the back of the piece, I'm gonna go through this piece. Now, since I just worked with this needle, I'll let that down. And then I'll complete another stitch right here. And now both of my pieces are here, but I just worked with this needle, so I'll let that one down and I'll continue to work with this one. And you just sort of seesaw back and forth until you get the complete circle around like this. And so I have 2 panels complete almost this, and then I have to do the 2, they're little slotted holes like this where your sangles fit through on the front of the piece and the back. So I'm gonna complete those and then I'll move on to, this was just step 1. And look at all this other stuff we have to do. So anyway, I'll come back. Okay, y'all, this was the hardest thing. Should I turn my phone this way? Okay. This stitch so far is the hardest thing, but I mean, all I've done are these pieces, but oh, girl, to say I have pinholes in my skin now. See, this is how the back looks, the inside. Whew, okay, we're gonna keep going. Okay, so I got these pieces together. I got the back of it sewn on with the little feet that go on there. And then I also got, just finished this, the pocket sewn on. Here we go, we're going again. Okay, I am complete with the sides. So I got this all sewn up through the top. I got the hardware put on here, this handle, ugh. But yeah, so the sides are actually on. Fun fact, I tried to color coordinate this side panel and at first sewed this side upside down so that when it popped out it would have been the red side, not the purple. So I had to take probably this many stitches and rip them out and start fresh. So that put me a little behind today, but yeah, both the panels are on, and it will just need now me to, this is probably going to be a tough part, but just to attach the side to this and the bottom, and this bag is complete. Woohoo! Okay, guys, yeah, so like, corner? Here's the freaking corner. Why is the quarter stitch here in the round part of the friggin' thing? Oh my god, right here it matches up. It matches up. Here it does not. Do you see all this gap? What the hell? Oh, Jesus, that was work. But yeah, this is as done as it's gonna get. There's some slight mess ups and slight mishaps along the way. Overall though, glad we did it. Thank you, Marilyn. You want to get in there with the purse? All right, back to the video. Okay, I guess the only thing left to do is to take off, well, all of this stuff, I guess, and the tape from these, and that should be it. I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, girl, there was a part there on these sides. I have to say, on these sides, I got so crazy. Even Marilyn was like, let me go on and get out of this room. This is not going to be good. She knew it. Had to take a few of my little mama's little helpers to get through some of it, but I finished it in 5 days. And if I were to spread that out into hours, I would say, because that's what everybody wants to know, like, how long did this take you? Me being someone who had to watch every bit of the video and even like slow it down to watch it, pause it, go back a few times and really absorb what was being said and looking at how it was being done. There's not many words. It's like a music track, but look at it and try to figure out, you know, what I'm doing. And the instruction video is great. It's just me. I've never done this. And I was like, ugh. But hours wise, if I had to spread it out into hours, it was somewhere between, I want to say 16 to 18 hours of work on my part, which sounds like a lot. But once I got into it, there was one day that I worked on it probably 6 or 7 hours straight, just really getting it, because I just couldn't wait for it to be finished. And every day I woke up with like, okay, I'm going to get on that bag. As soon as I get off from work today, I'm going to do the bag. And I did it. 2 of those days were weekends. I finished up on a Sunday. I think I got it on Wednesday, started then, worked, you know, after work on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday I finished it up. And the longest time that I took on it was after work on Friday. I just really was like, I think I did like 6 hours of work on it. But yeah, it goes through it and, you know, takes you through it the easiest way. So I highly recommend, if you want to make a bag of your own, you don't want to spend a ton of money and buy at Kelly, or you just want the experience of it, because that's what I really wanted. I really wanted to see if I could do it, and I did it. Like, if I can do it, seriously, girl, you can do it. I'm not going to say that you're not going to have moments like this.
Wait, let me say something. Let me say something.
Because I sure did. But it is a fun experience, and after doing it, I really would probably go in and do it again. Like, I really would. Now, some tips and just some advice. If you're going to do this, they have a couple of different kind of stitches that you can do. This one has the holes, and then there's one that has little slots. And I think they call that the oblique. That's for someone that's a little more advanced. I still don't know how to do an oblique stitch. I watched it 3 or 4 times and I was like, girl, I don't know. I do not know. So I advise, if you're someone like me, a novice, and have never done this before, have never sewn, have never done any of that, get the one with the holes in it, and it'll just show you the, I don't know, what do they call this? Return? retourné or something, where the exposed stitch is showing. I loved the contrast stitching on it too. That's why I got the white. They will also, if you would rather do the corresponding color of the bag, so in the purple, you could do that too. So, but I just like the exposed, you know, look of that contrast stitching. I just love that. I've always liked a bag that had contrast stitching. So I carried it today. I'm actually fully 100% in this bag, girl. She ain't messing around. This is my bag of the day, bag of the week, whatever. I love it. They send you a little horsey. This comes with it. Okay, so you did have to, so you have to stitch your little, right, key on there. That you have to stitch the edges of your key bell around, right? Your little feet have to be, so everything's disassembled, unassembled, right? So you have, I keep saying right? So you have to go in and actually put all of the pieces of hardware on it. And I'll show you. There's tape and stuff all over the hardware to protect it from scratches, and I took all my tape off. But yeah, you have to stitch this little piece on. So every single place that is stitched, I did it. Every little piece of screw that had to be screwed on, girl, she did it. This was kind of a biche, I'll say. These little, they were kind of hard to do. But, you know, once you get the hang of it, it's, you know, once you find the second hole, going through a couple of pieces of leather, that was the hardest part for me. So when you go through the one piece of leather and do the stitching, not so bad. But then when you have to get these together and not miss a stitch, yeah, she was kind of like, get in your hole, get in your friggin' hole. Yeah, it was that situation. But I am so crazy about the leather on these bags too. For like, I want to say it's like $149. I have a discount code for you. Follow my link. We'll get you there to Babylon Leather. Find a kit that you like and try it out for yourself. I have some friends on the YouTubes that's going to be showing you their bags. They did some bags. But yeah, I'll show you case in point like this. The handle was a biche. Girl, she was a biche. Because think about it. One side you can kind of get in, but then you have to bend the handle up, right? And so the handle, just by, you know, it being flat and you're bending it, it wants to go straight all the time. So you kind of have to put pressure on it, and then so too. And that was like a real, I got so frustrated doing that. And you can kind of tell where I stitched it bad on this one. This side looks really good, but this, girl, you can tell where I went back stitch. I missed some holes, and then I was just finally like, F it, you're good. And I just left it like that. But then there's a pocket on the inside as well. You stitch that to the bag. Yeah, all my stuff's in here right now because I went ahead and I got right in it. But it does come with a shoulder strap, a crossbody strap or whatever. And it's just like the bag. This is already done up for you. But everything's silver hardware. So thankfully I didn't have to stitch this strap. It was already done for me. But yeah, if I ever want to crossbody it, I'm just top handling it today. But yeah, they do give you that. Everything you need to get this bag done. I will say, and it's not, you know, I think a lot of people, I've watched a lot of people do these bags. Not just particularly from Babylon, but from a lot of companies. I just have watched people do the kits, the leather kit bags. Usually it's a DIY crafting channel. You'll see a lot of this. But I thought, why not the luxury channel? They're luxury looking bags. We want to do some fun stuff too, right? I will say on this piece, it did not correspond with the hole. I had much cussing and much like trying, but it was just cut wrong. So I ended up cutting through the leather and gluing it to the back of this piece to make sure it would not come off. But yeah, I had to do that on each side. I cut out the little notch in the leather and then I glued it down. It was fine. I mean, from the front, you're never going to see that. And I was carrying it today kind of like this. Just letting the sangles flop. Well, kind of have to. But yeah, just let your sangles flop, girl. Wait a minute. here we go. And I have to turn that notch. But yeah, just let your sandals fall down. I just thought this was such a cute look. I caught some people like clocking my bag, girl. I was like, yes. And I thought my shirt matched it so good. I'm so happy. I am just so into purple this year. Purple, I'm having a moment. I'm having a little moment with you, purple. I cannot get enough purple. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video. Thank you so much for joining me and finding out how I acquired such a beautiful Kelly looking bag. Girl, Babylon Leather, they've got you. Thank you to Babylon Leather for reaching out to me and sending me the kit. I loved doing it. This was a great experience. My people will say they kept very clear of me when they knew I was working on the bag. They were like, okay, I'm gonna go downstairs and let you do that, honey. And Carter did come in and she did stitch some of the sangles here, so that was kind of fun. And I'm thinking about maybe getting her a teen kit so she can try to make her own bag too. But yeah, they have lots of stuff over there. Definitely go check them out. I'll leave you a link. I'll also leave you Winnie 10, which will give you a discount at checkout. So really, seriously, you can't afford not to. You got to try this. I want to see what you make, what you choose, and how you get along with it too. Please make sure you, if you have a channel, you tag me in it, or just let me know. You know, hit me up on email or whatever. Let me know how you get along doing this bag. Have you ever made one before? How was it for you? It was overall just a great experience. I loved it. So I would do it again. Thank you again to Babylon Leather. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Do me a favor, girl. If you've seen 4, 5, 6 of my videos and you haven't subscribed, what? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Did you do it? Thank you. And also, if y'all see my husband, girl, don't tell him nothing. Bye. Okay, now I'm wondering, should I put my purple Labubu on here? I should. I realize I haven't taken her off of her packing yet, but I think this is gonna work. What do you think of the two purples? Yes! I'll take the little pony off of there and I'll do it. Oh my God, I love my new bag. I love it. It's just such a feeling like I made my own bag. The leather is really nice. And it smells like the whole time you're stitching and working the leather. Girl, what do you know about working that leather? But seriously, the whole time you're working the bag, you can smell that wonderful smell of leather. And even the backside, girl, the backside tells a story too. Even this part of it is very nice and soft. And I thought like, that would make a nice looking burgundy bag. But yeah, the interior, they gave it some thought. It's really beautiful. But anyway, such a fun thing. Girl, thank you so much again for joining me. I'm gonna put a video right here. Do me a favor and click on that video and keep on watching. Girl, all these pricks. Pricks in my thumb, all over my hands. I think I even pricked myself in the face. Girl, the struggle, bitch. All right, somebody was bitching most too far down. Let me get it up. Girl, that's what he said. Okay, I'm still trying, girl. Okay. Camera position is always a thing with me because I don't ever seem to get it right. So all of my trials and tribulations and all of the crap that you don't see me do, it's mostly just me, you know, fixing the camera. Okay, here we go. I'm kind of like nonchalant today. You'll have to overlook me. I got this new Free People sweatshirt. I got it regular size large, but girl, when I tell you it's okay, so if you're a little gal, get the small and it will seriously wrap around you 3 times. But anyway, I finally broke down. Instead of getting the Amazon dupe for this sweatshirt, I got the purple one actually from Free People. Yeah, I think I'll go back to the Amazon ones. At least the sizing is a little better. This is crazy. I'm going to have to wash and dry this hot. Hey, Ewans. Fucking hell.